roadside service, last mile delivery, ride share, food delivery. These are the hustlers and grinders on these Atlanta streets that answer the call.
One brick to another.
One brick to another. So for the purposes of the viewing audience, I'm a close friend of Keith's, also from England, and I'm working in the banking and finance industry, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to ask Keith, as the founder of JIB Roadside Assistance, just a few questions, just to help me understand and help you understand what it's all about. So Keith, tell me, what was the inspiration for JIB Roadside Assistance, and who is Keith Ambersley?
Right. So the inspiration really came out of a desperate need.
Okay.
In 2019, I left home. I was going to a meeting in Buckhead, and as soon as I got off the highway, I got a flat tire, called my insurance for them to send roadside service. Took them 2 hours. So pretty much I had to cancel the meeting. I lost money, I lost time, I lost everything. And I was really annoyed. And then a couple of other things happened, and some close people that I know who shared their story with me. And that's when the light bulb went off, and I really thought to myself, you know what? There is a problem, there needs a solution.
Right.
And I really thought about my family. I didn't want my wife or my son to be stuck on the road for hours should they have a roadside incident and I'm not in town to kind of address it. So, I really kind of came up with a solution which I believe addresses the problem. So the other part of the question, well, who is Keith?
Yeah.
Pretty much I'm a Brit,
Yeah.
traveled around a bit,
Yeah.
to different countries, and
Yeah.
settled here in the US with my wife and my son. I've worked in corporate America for many years, just retired from a major company.
Okay.
And just passionate to really make sure that this adventure is a success. I'm all about giving back. So this is just a means to an end for me. It's providing a service, is providing a solution, but also it's going to become a vehicle for me to really give back and really help my community.
Okay. And JIB, how did you come up with that name?
Yeah, so only a few people ask me that. So JIB, if you know anything about sailboats, they have the sails. They have the main sail, and then you have a jib, which is the smaller sail.
Okay,
and the purpose of the smaller sail is to allow the ship to gather speed. So the jib is all about speed and efficiency on a
Right.
boat. So I translated that into roadside service. It's all about
Okay.
speed. It's all about efficiency.
Okay. Well, on that subject, tell me a little bit more. As a customer, so why would I call JIB Roadside Assistance and place my trust in you as opposed to some of the other big service providers in the US?
Right. And you really have to go back to the convenience.
Okay.
It's all a matter of convenience. Yes, there's a lot of players out there. There's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's who is servicing me at my point of need. So really, we're not really saying we want to compete or beat the big players in the market right now. What we're saying is that we are an alternative solution. When I got stuck in 2019, if I had another solution, if I had another option, other than waiting 2 hours, I would have taken it.
Right.
So JIB Roadside Assistance provide another option, another solution for customers, for drivers who get stuck and just don't want to wait. Okay. You think about single women, or women are driving by themselves with their family. They get stuck on the highway. They get stuck in a neighborhood they're not comfortable with, or they feel threatened. You don't want them to stay there for an indeterminate amount of time. You want
So what's
them to
your
move
service
on.
promise? What are you
So
saying?
45 minutes.
Right.
45 minutes. So if you 45 minutes or below, but our standard is 45 minutes. And how are we going to do that? We're going to build a network. We're going to build a network
Okay.
of service providers that are in proximity to the customer.
Okay.
So we don't have our service providers on our app servicing a customer that's 30 miles away.
Okay.
We're looking in a 10 to 15 mile radius, and that allows us to meet our 45-minute objective.
Okay. So effectively, what you're saying, Keith, is JIB acts as a middleman, connecting the assistance services directly to consumers at the point of need, and doing it quickly. So tell me, how do you choose who to partner with? How do you do that?
Well, a lot of these service providers are already in business. They're solopreneurs,
Okay.
so pretty much they're running just one man on a truck, or a team of people, and they're just looking for ways to grow their business.
Okay.
And the platform is a way for them to grow their business.
Okay.
Gives them access, it gives them exposure, and pretty much efficiency.
Okay.
The platform, everything is done through the platform. So if you think about rideshare and the way how that operates, we are pretty much a similar option,
Yes.
or similar profile to rideshare, but for
Okay.
roadside assistance.
Okay. So we've talked about the customer perspective. So let's talk about the perspective of the tow truck owner, the garage. How do they actually make money with you then?
Yeah. So really, it's really simple. It's a cost per mile. So we've done our market research, we've done our economics, and we've run our numbers.
Okay.
So they get paid a cost per mile plus a flat fee for the service. And it's competitive. We've done our research. We know
Okay.
what the competitors are charging and paying. So our rates are very competitive. It's not the highest, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be very competitive,
Yeah.
so that they can make money, and that puts them in a better position. So it allows them to earn more, pretty much at their own pace. So the platform, they can work whenever they want. They can choose which jobs they want. So they might get a request for a service, and they could choose to take it or not. It's full transparency, so they know the price, they know how far it is, they know what type of vehicle, what type of service is, and they could choose to take it or not. So it gives them that level of flexibility that they don't really have right now in the market.
That's very good. And how do they qualify to be part of your network? So as a consumer, I feel safe when
Yeah.
I know there's a big service provider on the way. So what sort of guarantees do I have in terms of how they've qualified to join?
Yeah, obviously the qualification is really that they have a driver's license, they don't have some serious violations on their driving history. We do background checks.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of sufficient enough, and it's really simple. If they don't perform,
Yeah.
or if they underperform,
Yeah.
then we take them off the platform.
Yeah.
It's really simple.
And
And that helps us to keep the level of, the high level of quality of
Yeah.
the drivers that we are engaging. And we're incentivizing them to really be customer focused. It's not just about them coming on to make money. It's about servicing our customers and really getting good ratings.
Okay. And what kind of feedback have you had in the early days?
Yeah, so we've had, the variation of feedback. We have feedback directly from the drivers. We've had feedback from customers that have used our service. So, we're just looking to improve. We just believe that we are always in a mode of continuous improvement. We are not done. So we're always looking for ways and opportunities to improve and better serve our customers, our end users.
Okay, excellent. So I understand also that you're building a sort of corporate sponsorship model, working with other businesses. Tell us a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about that. How does that work? What are you looking to achieve, and how are you looking to do that?
So we're kind of working on many fronts.
Okay.
So we'll just start with the Georgia Department of Transportation. They pretty much responsible for the highways and the main arteries inside the state, like 400 to 75 and the main highways. But one of their biggest needs is really the surface roads. So we're working on a solution with them for that. We're looking to partner with insurance companies to service their customers. A lot of the insurance companies are getting bad reviews because the delays and kind of the inconvenience of the services that the policyholders are getting from the roadside service industry, and pretty much the insurance company is on the hook for all of that. So we are going to support them and kind of really improve kind of the feedback loop and the experience for the customer. And we're looking at other options. We have a number of things in the pipeline that haven't fully materialized yet, so I'm not going to speak about those. But we have a big plan. I mean, our mantra is simple. We're not waiting for customers to pick up the phone and call us. We're going out there to find the work, and there's enough of it out there. You just need to know where to look.
Okay, excellent. And I understand you're excited about the World Cup.
Yeah,
tell us a bit more about
that. So the World Cup in Atlanta specifically, because I live here, it's a great opportunity. It's going to bring people that have never been, visitors that have never been to Atlanta before. It's going to bring locals out of their communities into the city. So it's going to be an influx of people. And plus there's opportunities. And, we were Showcase Atlanta. They are actually put us in their directory. So we're part of a list of service providers in the Atlanta area that when visitors come in for any major events, including the World Cup, they will be able to, if they have a roadside incident, we're in that directory, they'll be able to pull us up. And it also gives us a lot of exposure. We're doing a lot of promotions, a lot of social media posts, a lot of campaigns. And also, we were awarded a grant from Showcase Atlanta to do Google ads and to do social media ads. So it's all good.
Okay, excellent. Two final questions, Keith. The first one is the community. I know you're big on the community. What are your plans in terms of giving something back to the community?
Yeah. First of all, I think the most important thing is creating some level of employment. I mean, I can't employ everybody, but I can employ somebody or some group of people. So I think that really creating an environment where I'm able to improve people's lives. I think that is a great plus. So we might have some brick and mortar here, and that will allow us to employ local people, people that really need the experience, and I think it goes beyond just direct employment. It's really about doing things that will help, especially the younger people, to really kind of look at their options on what the future may look like, and kind of inspiring them to believe that you can achieve anything, you can do anything. They just need some examples, and hopefully I think I'll be able to be one of those examples.
What's the vision then? So ultimately, where is this going? 5 years time, 8 years, 10 years. Where is JIB Roadside Assistance?
Well, JIB Roadside Assistance, the vision is that we'll become a $1 billion enterprise. Then we'll just exit that. And then, my passion is to really set up a non-profit, which really kind of back to giving, kind of do things for, individuals in different countries around the world to improve and to enrich their lives.
Right.
So that's kind of the big picture for me. But for the business itself, it's really to kind of, grow, expand, and scale until we just exit.
Okay. So from a selfish point of view, is there an investment opportunity for me here?
There is always an investment. There will be. I mean, we're looking at friends and family first,
Right.
and then we'll go to angel and VC in that order or in some order. But yeah, there'll always be an investment opportunity because this industry is in the US. Roadside assistance is a $5.6 billion industry. 3.3 billion of that is just for passenger, and the rest of it is for commercial. Globally, it's $28 billion, and the annual growth rate is 4.6%. So by 2033, it's going to be a $34 billion industry. So there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of expansion, there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of everything.
Well, congratulations, Keith.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being in the directory and partnering so well. Is there any final word for your audience? Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I would just like to say it's an honor to really be able to start a project like this in Atlanta. Atlanta is famous for not so good traffic. And we believe that we can really make a difference, make an impact to change that narrative. And once we get it right in Atlanta, we'll get it right everywhere else.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mobility is the heartbeat of Atlanta, Georgia.